guy has no trading experience. You have no trading experience, right?
No.
You've traded crypto?
Not the best. More buy and hold.
This guy has lost money trading crypto. He's a professional rock climber. We're actually going to teach him a new skill he's never used before, is using a computer. That's right, guys. We're going to teach him how to trade. We've already jumped on the market open on live stream. We banged a little bit of money out on that. Now I'm going to show him a little bit more in depth of how the market actually works, and then we're going to send him on his way with the Maven challenge. He can trade on his own, and we're going to catch back up with him in a week. Who's got crazier hair? So let's break this down. So we already took that long this morning. It did play us a little bit where, you know, we ended up exiting the long here. You know, it was only a little bit of a scalp there, right? We did say it was going to be coming up for here to the day. And the reason being is because we broke it down in this 3-step sort of analysis, right? So I'm going to break down the 3 steps again of every time you're going to enter the market, okay? First thing you're going to do is you're going to draw the levels. There's 2 ways you can trade. You can blindly enter on levels, or you can react to price action. What we would want to do is draw levels in which we would blindly be willing to enter trades, okay? Those levels are going to be the candle bodies of high time frame, so monthly, weekly, and if there's nothing, potentially daily levels. Those, what we're going to do is, as we're going to start this off, we're going to clean up again because we are, you know, midway now. Now the lunch hour is starting. So we're going to start here. We're going to say, hey, there's no levels to the above. There is this one level to the majorly low on below us, right? And the reason we're using candle bodies is because it's more significant compared to the wicks, because more time spent there. We've already kind of been over this, and I'm just summarizing things, okay? Yeah. Then what we're going to do is we're going to drop to the weekly. We're going to do the same thing. We'll draw some levels right there. So we know that that is a really good zone for us. So if it does come down there, we know super likely it's going to buy off that area because there's a couple levels all in that spot, right? We draw a couple more here. And you can see that we were actually past, when we started the day, we were somewhere in here, right? Yeah. And we were actually higher now, right? So this level, now that we're redrawing it, that's probably going to act as support as it comes against it, right? And you can see there's the upper level there too, right? And then we're going to drop even further, right? We can see, hey, that one lines up there. This one lines up here. So really likely chance that if it comes down into this zone, we're going to look for buys. On the converse side, we have, maybe we'll draw here as a level. So we now have these 2 zones that we say, hey, if it comes into there, I'd be willing to blindly sell. And if it comes into here, I'd be willing to blindly long. Why? Because it's very likely that those areas are going to have a reaction off of them on the lower time frame, okay? So the next thing we want to do is look for which one do we think is more likely it's going to get hit first, so that we can get this picture, because we're trying to draw a picture of what we think is going to happen, right? So right now we're in between 2 zones, and this is how it's going to pretty much be always, right? Sometimes, rarely, it'll be like, okay, I literally just bounced off this level and then I'm going to buy immediately, okay? But it's pretty rare that that happens. So what we're going to do is now we're going to use the hourly candles, right? 4, 2, 1, sure, whatever, right? And we're going to draw, we're going to figure out, okay, what direction it's probably going to go. In this logic, you're going to be using failures to gain or failures to lose, or successes in gaining and losing. So our options are, as we attempt to make new highs, if we close beyond it, that's a success, right? So what it's currently trying to do is close beyond this level. And if it does, then it's going to continue to the next level. This is really important. In all of our logic, when we're watching so now we're looking at how the market reacts. So we're going to be reacting to things now, is if you close beyond a level, if you gain it, you will then continue to the next level. Right? The next level would be this one, okay? If you close beyond that one, you'll then continue to the next level, which is this one, right? Yeah. And you're always going to shoot for a new high, right? So essentially, you could also say that this was the high, right? If you close beyond here, you're going to then shoot for the next level beyond that high, okay? Because you have to continue the trend, right? If it fails, then the only logical thing it can do is go the opposite direction. If this level, if it sells off here and then closes below this level, what we've just learned is it's attempting to make a new high, but the buyers could not hold that area. So the sellers took over, and that means that, hey, we've failed to make a new high. Logically, the only other thing that we can do is we can't just go for a new high again. Just think about it like this. The buyers were not strong enough to push to the new high. So what do you think is going to happen? Do you think that they're going to suddenly be stronger now?
No, they're going to flip to bearish.
Exactly. Some people are going to flip. There's no chance, pretty much, that more people are going to come into the market and be like, hey, they couldn't hold that high, so I'm going to try to go again. Makes no sense, right? It's like
you're going against the herd.
Exactly. The analogy I like to use is, let's say you're driving down a street and you hit a roadblock.
Yeah.
Right? Like a detour. Are you just gonna go and try the same road again? No, you have to go back the way you came, find a different route, and then you can maybe get your way home, right? Cat's meowing.
Yeah, if you just gun it, you're gonna end up in a pit or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's not gonna work. You're not gonna be able to get through. I'll say this is, if you gain, you continue. If you fail, you go the reverse direction. And it's as simple as that. And you can be very, very accurate with that. So now what we're trying to do is determine with these hourly candles, which level are we going to go to? And we can see, okay, the 1 hour is going to close in 7 minutes. So if we fail, which I hope we actually fail because this would be beautiful for us, then that means it fails, which means we have to come back down against us. And this is the area in which we want to buy. So that might be a story potentially that we're looking for. As it fails, comes here before rallying back up here.
You better buy in.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
From there, you can then look at the 5 and the 15 to determine your entries. And you're going to be looking at the exact same logic to find entries. Is, okay, you want to see the reaction off of certain levels, and you want to see continuation in order to continue up, right? So we're gonna watch this and then see what happens. What questions do you have? Do you have questions?
I'm slowly getting. I'm just gonna take some notes here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to do it while you're speaking.
Totally. No. Yeah. I think I went on a little bit of a rampage with the rant there, but.
Oh, good. So yeah, you want to start by drawing levels where you think you would blind the trade.
Yeah.
Step 2 was determining the direction.
The overall direction. And you can use that by using the higher time frame failures, right?
High time frame is in like the
mid time frames, so hourly ones. Okay. 1, 2, 4, those sort of hours.
Okay. Got it.
And then from there, you're using the low time frames, like the minutes, to determine, where, like what's the exact entry that I want, right? The difficult thing is trying to teach trading. Like there's no set rules. It's different every single day and every single hour, right?
Yeah.
So I'm giving you somewhat of a guideline. And basically the one thing that you really want to remember is, if you fail to make a high, it goes in the other direction. If you succeed, it'll continue to the next one. And with that logic, you're going to be able to build a plan. And this works on all the time frames, right? So let's say you can develop a plan saying, hey, let's say I failed to make a new low here, right, on the 15-minute. But on the hourly, we're failing on the reverse direction. So the hourly tells us it's going to go down. The 15 tells us it's going to go up, right? What's going to happen most likely is it's probably going to shoot for a new high on the 15 and then go down, right? So you can draw those pictures because the hourly has more time to play out than the 15. Does that make sense? So you draw this picture, and right now what I believe is going to happen is this hourly is going to fail, right? It's going to come back down, right? So we could probably take a short. I'd be happy to take a short here in a couple minutes to this level, because that's what the blind, super obvious level that people are going to pick up, right? Let me just wait for that close.
Sweet. So yeah, to recap, if you fail to make a high, then it's going to be trending downwards.
Yeah.
And then
if you fail to make a new low, it trends back upwards. Because it can only go two ways, and if it fails to do one, it has to do the other one. It's deductive reasoning.
Yeah.
So then with that logic, all you have to do, like that logic is sound. If it can't go higher, it must go lower. With that logic, you have to then be able to determine what is a failure to go higher. And that's what I'm showing you here.
Yeah, where you're comparing the body of the candle.
Exactly. That's what I'm showing you here is when you look at this hourly, you can see that there's clearly a point of interest here, right? And it's attempted to make a new high, but it can't hold it. So that is the best definition that I can come up with, at least. There might be a better one, but that I've so far been able to come up with to determine if it's failing, right? Like you would agree that the logic is sound. If it can't go higher, it must go lower. It can't go sideways, so there's no other option.
Yeah.
So all we have to do is determine what does it look like to fail and what does it look like to succeed, right? Because then the opposite option is, okay, it did succeed, so it must go higher then, right? And it just literally, that is the whole basis of everything that I do in trade. If it succeeds, it must continue. If it fails, it must go in the reverse.
Seems pretty simple.
It's the most simple fucking thing ever. crazy that it takes fucking a decade to learn this shit.
Yeah, to refine those skills.
Exactly. So we're just waiting here. We're gonna wait the 1 minute here, and this, I think we could literally take a trade off of this if we wanted to. We'll watch to see where this closes, and then I suspect if it closes beyond, right, it'll probably come up here, and if it doesn't, it'll come here, right? And I'll place a bet on it, and then we'll watch it go. We know where our target is. We know our entry is the retest off of this, and I just entered blindly basically here, right?
Yeah.
We can even, if we wanted to, we could even draw more zones here. But where would we be wrong? Well, the logic says, this is actually going to look pretty bad. The logic says that we just gained this level here. So we actually have all this room down here. So this is all of the candle. But I wouldn't want to put my stop that deep, right?
Yeah, it's a difference of what? Like,
it's pretty wide,
yeah.
Right? So I would probably watch the reaction off of these sort of areas, right? We can see here too, the 30 minute maybe. If we wanted to find a better spot for where our stop loss would be, right? I generally just kind of have a loose stop loss in my head, just to like a mental stop loss.
Yeah.
But you can see, you know, we probably don't want to get below this area here, right? Because that's kind of the low of that wick. There's another level right here. So you generally draw like a level here and then you give it a little bit of room. So this is probably what I would be running with, is if we're getting somewhere below there, I'd probably get out, right? Can you see that? We have a little bit of room this way. If it does come against us, that's fine, right? We might even be willing to add down here. If it does come here, we can add another trade. It's lower risk because it's deeper in, right?
Yeah.
But let's just let that run. Okay, right, tuning back in after we had some lunch. We see it closes kind of all right here. 15 minute, you know, lunch hour is kind of just puttering around, but we are buying up off of this level. So we are going to continue up still, I believe, you know, 30 minutes still gained, and that hourly level that we're looking at, you know, bouncing off of that. So it still looks like we're going to come up a little bit higher, and then we can lock out the profit for the day, and then we'll be on our way. Okay, quick wrap up. I've been watching Tyrell trade here. It's been a few weeks. Things do take a long time, and the God honest truth, I'm looking at his account right now. Let's look at it together, right? So he's got, you know, it's only been a couple weeks and he's already sitting at 3,500 in profit, 3.5%, which is really awesome, actually. This is the first person I've actually looked at. We have the two other guys that trained as well. We can look at his trades. He's trading gold, Japanese. Wow, Jap. Wow, he's got a decent number of trades. You know, he has been trading, you know, every few days, it looks like. German 30. I'll be honest, like, this is all like I haven't looked at it yet at all, and it looks like some solid profit on the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is the one I taught him, and it looks like the Nasdaq's the one that did him the best, and gold too. Oh wow, gold, yeah, gold in the Nasdaq he's been killing. Cool. So I'm gonna let him just have that Maven account. Of course, everything here is sponsored by Maven. You can check out maventrading.com if you want to get yourself an account too. Use dumb money concepts. I mean, this is the first time he's ever traded, and he's doing well. Let's look at his win rate. A 73% win rate for never trading before. Wow. And, you know, highest balance, you know, he has done a little bit of drawdown now. He's at 3,500. He was at 4,000. He was halfway there, and he is taking his time. So amazing work. It just shows the power of DMC. Like, he had 1 hour with me, and he has a 73% win rate. Guys, check out DMC, check out maventrading.com. That's all.